All right, all right. Welcome. Hey, Amy, what's up?
Hello, how's it going?
Doing good. Finally here. Man, it's just, agony waiting for build to start. So I'm very happy we finally made it.
Me too, I'm excited.
Well, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. Good to see some familiar faces out there in the chat. And yeah, welcome to everyone who's new to build. We're pumped to have you. And today we're gonna just go over everything about the program and kickoff. I think a lot of people will be watching this async. So if you are watching this in the future, hello from the past. And I know a bunch of people have been in build before, so probably maybe even skipping out on you've already seen the intro. That's fine. But yeah, let's get to it. So yeah, what we're going to really talk about today, honestly, all comes back to this theme, which is just big builder energy. That is, our vibe. That is what this whole thing is about. It is just, this program is totally designed to be by builders, for builders, and really focused on, yeah, that energy that is so important to, all of us as we're building. And I guess maybe speaking of big builder energy, I see some people doing this already, but always great. Throw your, where you're calling from in the chat. I think one of the things it's so amazing about this program is that there are just amazing builders from all over the world here. So yeah, let everyone know where you're watching from today. And yeah, so what is this program? This is V5, which is crazy. I think this is V2 for Amy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing this for a while now, and this program is going to be our biggest and best yet for sure. So we have 4 weeks together. We have over 2,000 builders and more, joining every day. And I think last I checked, 90 plus countries represented. I don't know if my co-founder Rafa is not joining the kick, or he's not presenting in the kickoff today because he just had a baby. I think he's back today, so he's maybe watching. And I have to give the obligatory Rafa joke, is that we still don't have any builders from Antarctica yet. So if you know anyone that's building something cool in Antarctica, let us know. We'd love to get them in. And yeah, you're in really good company. There are some amazing people here. There's builders that are in all different stages of the journey. Some people have startups that have have already been funded. Some people are just launching their first side project. But the common theme is that it's just an amazing group of builders. And we introduce ourselves. We're Backdrop. If you don't know us yet, if you're new, we are a company entirely designed to support builders like you. I'm Joey. I'm one of the co-founders, and Amy, I'll let you introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm Amy, I'm program manager, and there's 3 other people that are not present, but there's also Rafa, as Joey mentioned, which is Joey's co-founder, and now new dad. And then we have Bill, who's one of our engineers, and Emily, who I saw in the chat, who is heading up partnerships for us. So.
Yeah, and you'll hear a lot from Amy throughout the program for sure. And yeah, we're here to help. This is a huge program. There's so many opportunities. There's so much going on. It's really gotten better every time. But if you need help navigating it or finding how to get the most out of it, that's what we're here for. So you can always reach us at community@backdropbuild.com. We will try to get back to you within 24 hours. So please, if you feel lost, if you're confused, we'll help you get unstuck, or ask your fellow builders for some help. There's a bunch of people that have been here for many programs now. We're also we don't do this alone, so we are supported by some great companies. We'll talk more about our partners as well, but some of our investors are also really focused on supporting builders, and they're around to help you as well. And yeah, with that, let's talk a bit about build. So I think I'm going to give you the high level here, and we'll bring Amy back in a second. So yeah, so far build has been incredible. We've been doing this for almost a full year now. We've had close to 5,000 builders. We've launched 600 amazing projects. We've helped distribute over $500,000 in grants, as well as build projects have gone on to raise millions of dollars, hit traction. And I think the biggest thing for me is just so many projects that people have said, they were thinking about building for a long time, and finally use this as a reason to do it, to put it live, to get into the hands of real users. And that's the most important thing. That's the common thread between everyone. Um, in case this isn't obvious, this is not a typical hackathon or accelerator. So, we like to think we're a special snowflake. We do things a little bit differently. We've kind of merged some of what we think are the best parts about those different models into one program. So you'll see that we take a couple of things that are a little bit different if you've been part of other accelerators or hackathons. So best to pay attention for those details. And the most important thing is that what you get out of this depends on you. So there are thousands of builders here. You have a whole team of backdrop people looking out for you. We have tons of partners. We have lots of people. So there is a ton of opportunity, but nobody can do it for you. It's really about how much you want to invest and how much work you're willing to put in to get out what we have provided for you. So and I think that's true of building in general, right? It's like you got to kind of do it on your own. And our goal is pretty simple. So we want to launch more cool stuff into the world together. And we think that's pretty awesome. And we think it's much more fun and much more effective if we do it together. We have so many, people pushing the boundaries of AI, crypto, gaming, VR. I mean, there's projects from all across the board. And I think that, again, our view is that it is more fun and more powerful to build these diverse kind of products all together at one time. And yeah, so we're less than 4 weeks away from that. So we have launch day. If you've been part of a build in the past, which more and more people have, what that feels like to launch something with everyone else. We do a bunch of stuff in launch week to kind of stir the pot and help people get discovered and things like that. So mark your calendars for that launch day. Everyone is here to help you, like I said, but only you can make that happen. So it's hard. There's no doubt about it to actually launch something and to get that done in 4 weeks. And so there's really no one but you that can do that. And everything that we build is just designed to make that more fun and more possible. So let's quickly talk about our vibe. This is really important. Again, I feel very fortunate that there's so many people that are back for their third or fourth or even fifth build at this point. So now our vibe is something that you can, I think, just witness from all the people that are here and have been through it before and are kind of like upholding the vibe now, the carriers of the vibe. But let's just talk about it in case you're new. So it's for all builders. I mentioned this. It's really important. We actually strongly believe that this program is better by having a lot of diversity in it. And that means diversity of all kinds, from different geographies, different experience levels, different kinds of products and so on. So it's really for everyone. Not everyone is going to get to say they completed it. That's also fine if it's not for you. If you don't have time, if something comes up, that's okay. So it is intentionally difficult to launch something and to go through this program. It is that difficulty that makes it valuable, that allows us to do what we can do. So, that's really what we want you to aim for, is to complete the program. And it's not going to be simple. It's not a competition. So, and that's another thing that's true in terms of like how we think about it, but it's also true in reality. So it's not a zero-sum game. Also, in terms of the opportunities that we have, grants, things like that, there is no fixed amount. It's totally dependent on all of us to decide how good we're going to make this program. So you really are not competing, one-to-one with other people. It's on all of us to make this program as successful as we can. And the more successful it is, the more it will benefit all of us. So it's just about building really cool stuff and getting it out there into the world, truly. So grants that I'll come back and talk about grants more in specific, because obviously, we love getting money to builders, and that is a big part of the program, but it's really just a bonus. And I can't tell you how many success stories we've had from people that have, not gotten a grant or not gotten money in the program, but had such an amazing outcome either after the program, financially, or just, accomplishing something that's important to them that is not financially oriented. It could just be, I want to build this product, and I've been, meaning to do it for a long time. So really, treat grants as a bonus, not the goal. And it is also true that if that's how you think about it, you will improve your chances of getting grants, because what it kind of unlocks all these opportunities is just you building something great. And I think something that's also should go without saying, but it's really important: we do not tolerate jerks, because builders respect other builders. Period. You understand that this is really hard. If you're a builder, you get it. Like, it is an emotional, challenging thing. You invest your heart and soul into what you're doing because you care about it. So if we see someone not treating someone else with respect, we absolutely have a zero tolerance for it. And we're very lucky because builders, I think, are generally great vibes, which is why we love doing what we do. So we've had very, very few instances of this being something that we need to actually act on, but it has come up and we have acted on it. So if you see anything, if you feel something, if you feel unsafe, please report it to us immediately. We will act very, very quickly. Again, we have zero tolerance for it. So luckily, this isn't something that we ever really have to deal with, but we want to say it because it's obviously really important to what we are able to do. And yeah, like I said, if this is not your program for whatever reason, we totally get it. That's totally fine. We've built this in a way that we are really proud of, and we're very happy with what we've been able to do, and the builders that have been part of this. But every program has its opinions, right? And if our opinions about how this thing should work don't match yours, or if again, if something just comes up, if you decide now is not the right time, that's totally fine. You're welcome to leave the program or just not complete it. We'd love to have you back for a future program. So really no stress if that ends up being you. And yeah, so with that, let's get Amy back up here. Amy's going to talk through the program in specific and how it works. And I'll leave you.
Awesome. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, so if I'm not answering your question, send me an email if I haven't touched on it by the end of this, and I will answer any question you have about the program and how it works. But let's go ahead and dive into the program. It's very simple. There's 4 things to keep in mind: set up, keep shipping, send updates, and launch. So let's go into each of those elements. So each week should feel like a big leap forward. It's only 4 weeks, it goes by fast. So I highly recommend you get a roadmap and you set some goals for each week. It'll come up on you fast. So first of all, if you haven't already, get set up with your project. Joey, if you go to the next screen, sorry, I don't know if there's a lag for everyone else, but there's kind of a lag for me on the slides. If you haven't set up a project yet, you're going to log into Backdrop Build, and you'll see a screen that looks like this, where you insert all of the information about your what you're building. You can have up to 3 projects, and you can change this information at any time. If you once you create your project, inside of the panel, you'll see a manage. Sorry, Joey. There we go. You'll see a manage tab where you can constantly change if you're pivoting as you go along. If you're changing anything about your project, you can update your GitHub, you can update what your project is about, you can update your tags. So it's really important to make sure that your data is always up to date. And then it's really important that you are always updating and filling out your tech tags. So some of you asked, how do you apply for grants? So throughout the project, like, we're monitoring like what everyone's building, what you're building with, trying to connect you with opportunities. And the easiest way for us to help you is if you are keeping the tech tags up to date for your project. And to do that within your project, there's a tab that's called Your Tech, and that is how you do that. And the next part is very important with grants, which is connecting with partners. So you'll find within the Backdrop Build portal a tab that says partners, and there you can scroll all the different partners that we have, what they're looking for, what they're offering to builders in the program, and you can mark yourself as interested or building with them. And so that is like your bat signal to partners that you're interested in their tech, you're building with their tech, and then they can evaluate your project as you update it for grants. Can you go to the next slide? Thanks. Okay, so next, keep shipping. So some of you already have a project in the works, some of you are starting from scratch. So you just keep building, that's all you do. But the most important thing is that you send updates. So if you don't ship that day, that's fine. You can send an update about how you didn't get anything done. That's totally fine. But keep us up to date on how you're doing, what you're using. And they shouldn't be, hard work to like submit, keep them up lightweight. Like I said, what you shipped and what you plan to ship is really all you need to write. So updates help us connect you with relevant people and opportunities. You'll be surprised at like the details that you share, what they can help us source for you in terms of opportunities. So like I said, don't overthink it, just keep them super simple and lightweight. And then most importantly, launching. So launch is not this, you don't have to hire like a videographer, you don't have to make it this big production, it's not supposed to be this big bang thing, it doesn't need to go viral. If you've been building, you have everything you need to submit a launch. So what are those things? So to submit a launch, you're going to submit a short demo video. We recommend 1 to 3 minutes, and we will share a resource with you that goes over what makes a good demo video and any tools that might help you make a demo video more efficiently if you're not well versed in creating videos. But this should be a way for people to see what you've been building, and there should be a way for them to actually try out what you built. So share a link to your landing page, share a link to your app, and then in your video go through what you've built and what problem you're trying to solve. So it's about getting your build in the hands of people who care. It's about showing partners what you've done with their tech. It's about showing other people what you've accomplished in just 4 weeks. So if you have any questions about demos, reach out, happy to help you. Lastly, we've created a new feature that didn't exist in the previous build program. So you can now follow builders to get updated when they launch something new. So if you see someone building something interesting or building in your space and you want to see what they're doing, you can follow the builder, you can follow the team behind a project. And then lastly, launch day is Wednesday, July 31st. So that's a day that we all try and launch what we've built and blast it into like the interwebs and support each other. You do have until the following Friday at like midnight to submit your final project, but launch day is the last Wednesday of the program. So if you get to the end and you do launch, you can feel proud that you've completed the program. We do talk a lot about grants and credits and accelerators, but there's more to the program than just a grant. It's just a reward for shipping. So let's go. Sorry, my computer is like struggling with the internet. My bad.
Yeah, these computers, they don't make them as good as they used to. I think, yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about, thanks, Amy. I'll talk a little bit about, I took myself off of the stage, which is not what you want. I think this is what we're trying to do. Yeah, so, first of all, we're flying today. So I think, V5 of this program, we finally have this launch really dialed. So we're probably going to get everyone out a little early even. I'm going to talk a little bit about opportunities. So there's always lots of questions about opportunities because who doesn't like opportunities, right? And I think one of the real amazing things about Build is that we have been able to sort of aggregate all these different opportunities into one place and make it a lot easier for you to get them. So speaking of getting them, I will talk about that. And we do have a lot of grants in the program. So grants are one way to help promising projects continue to ship. There are grants of cash and credits. We have been able to give a lot of grants so far. So we've given over $500,000, which has been amazing. It's worth noting that our grants come from partners. So I'll talk about that again in the future, but I just want to stress it. So we kind of give grants on behalf of the partners that we work with. So like I said, and this is also really important, the more great builds we launch together, the more grants we give out. If you read through, and I really encourage you to read through all of the opportunities that we have, you'll notice that very few of them say, we'll only give this grant to one project or whatever. It's like our partners love funding great builders, and we love helping our partners fund great builders. So it's not a zero-sum game. We have programs where we give out more. We have programs where we help give out less. Again, it's really just dependent on how many great things that we can build together. So let's make V5 the best and biggest by far. That is our goal for you. And we have by far the most partners and grants available yet. So we have been working, tirelessly to get more great partners in the program, to get more opportunities set, for you. So the pieces are in place. V5 is definitely on track to be our biggest yet. So now it's just up to us to make it all happen. I think this slide is actually becoming almost impossible to read. Even some of them are cut off now, which is a good problem. So these are all the partners that we have working in with us in V5. So I look at this list and I'm like, this is just an incredible group of technology companies and partners. So very, very proud to be working alongside them. And a lot of these people are really experts in their domains. They are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. I think you know a lot of these companies, but it's really fortunate that we not only have them in the program supporting builders, but we have their teams in the program as well. I'll say that now, I'll say it again, but it's really important is I think that is an undervalued asset, in the program, is that the people in these companies are actually monitoring what's going on and what you're building. And they're just some amazing builders themselves and really expert in what they're doing. So we're very, very happy to have them on board. And there's a lot of opportunities that come from them that aren't even grants, that are just kind of getting support from their amazing teams. So yeah, just to be clear, to be eligible for grants, you must complete the program. Again, all you need to do to complete the program is submit a demo video at the end, during launch. So that's all you need to do. And the reason that you must do that to be eligible is also probably obvious. If we don't know what you built, it's very hard for us to unlock opportunities for you. So, again, if you're aiming towards one thing, aim towards being able to share what you built over these 4 weeks at the end of the program, and then we'll use that to unlock grants and everything else. We will also select 50, probably more than 50 finalists. Again, this is also not a fixed number because similar to what we were saying before, if we have more great projects, we'll select more finalists. So we'll select at least 50. Last time I think we had 62. I'm really hopeful this time that we'll have like twice as many great projects. We'll select 100 finalists. I don't know. Let's see. But one of the things that we do at the end of the program is we send out those finalists to our accelerators and other partners in our Boost network. These are basically funding sources. A lot of them are accelerators that give projects $100,000, something like that. We also have some very early stage venture firms. We have some grant programs. We actually added a couple more grant programs for V5. So the point is that we want to help builders get paid, and being a finalist is a really good way to do that because it helps us kind of curate those projects a little bit for our Boost partners. It's not, just to be clear, you don't need to be a finalist to be eligible for those. We send all the projects to our Boost partners. It's just one kind of signal that's relevant. The other thing I would mention is that some partners actually have, grants and things like that that are earmarked specifically for finalists. So as an example, if you build on RunPod during the program and you're a finalist, you automatically get a grant of credits. If you're built on Convex in the program and you're a finalist, you automatically get into a Convex startup program. So that's another perk of being a finalist, is that some opportunities are kind of, automatically unlocked for you. And so like I said, you're more likely to get grants and other support from partners. It's not a one-to-one. We've actually had projects that were not finalists that got grants or other things. So it's just one kind of useful signal, but it's definitely not the only one. And Amy mentioned this, but I'm going to stress it again. Please make sure to connect your build with partners that you are building with or interested in. So we need this data. There are thousands of projects in the program. There are over 50 partners now. So we spend probably too much time trying to, do the manual matching and make sure that you get seen, even if you don't add the data. But it is difficult for us to keep up with everything. So we really appreciate the help by you adding that data to your project so that we can route that opportunity to you automatically. So if there's one thing that you're going to do to make sure that you have the highest possible chances of getting an opportunity or being successful in the program, make sure your data is accurate. Make sure that whatever tech you're using it doesn't even matter if we have that, partner in the program or not. We have ways of unlocking opportunities for you, even if we don't. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're building on Microsoft Azure. We don't have them in the program yet. Still add that tech tag. And if we, bring on Microsoft Azure as a partner next time, we might actually show them your project that was built in this program, and they might really like it and decide to give you a grant or something like that. So it's really, really critical that you get this data as correct as you possibly can. It's the most important thing you can do. So that's why I'm harping on it a little bit, because it's the one thing that you need to do to be successful. And this is kind of, Amy showed the screen, but I'll just show it again. So we have this partner tag. That's where you can discover partners. There's a ton of information in there. We actually have some, experiments that we're running to help you navigate this, with AI and other things, because there's a lot, but it's worth taking the time. Just read through, especially the partners that seem relevant to you. Look at what they're offering, look at their grants, look at their requests for projects, things they're interested in, check out their team, connect with their team, all those kinds of things. Especially in the setup phase over the next few days, it's a good idea to just get ahead and make sure that you're getting the most out of the program. Yeah, so I'm going to say it one more time. You must connect your project to a partner to be considered for opportunities. All right, now I'm done, I think. Yeah, and like I said, read the details on parts on that page. And the other thing is that, partners, we have a whole product for them as well. So they're keeping an eye on all the projects that are interested or building with their tech. So that's another reason to keep this data correct, is that as you, submit updates, as you submit launches, you have think about hundreds of people in these partner organizations checking out projects. And again, a lot of these people are builders themselves. They're on their DevRel team, they're shipping products of their own. We've seen amazing partnerships happen, from builders and partner companies working with builders in the program. So that's one of the really cool things, is that these partners aren't just static, sources of funding or grants or whatever. They are companies full of builders themselves that are really pumped to see what you can build. And so that is a huge benefit. And it's just, again, it's really important to see partners not just as sources of grants, but as many different ways they can support you. I mean, another way, for example, is that they have a good vantage point on the space that they are supporting. And so they have really cool ideas about things that you might want to build, problems that they see that you might want to tackle. So if you're looking for inspiration, we've also curated a ton of requests for projects and things like that from partners. So there's lots of different ways that partners make this program better. And yeah, there's a lot of also free credits to get started. If you need some credits to get up and running, a lot of partners have that. So again, just take a look through there. If you don't find something that you need, if you feel stuck, if you're like, oh man, I wish I could build my project, but if only I had $500 of credits from whatever X, Y, and Z, just send it to us. We spend a lot of time trying to unblock the path for builders. So we'll do our best, whether it's in this program or a future program. Please just send us all of those things that you need. And yeah, like I said, if you need inspiration, check out the request for projects. Those are also curated on those pages. And with that, I think, yeah, let's bring Amy back. And I think we're getting towards the end here. It's only 32 minutes past the hour, so I think we are on track.
Yeah, and good news, Joey, we crashed the site, I think. So hooray, we did it right. We have enough builders in the program that we've unlocked that milestone. So
yeah, okay, good. Well, that's
a good problem, right?
happy news. Yeah, good. So yeah, so that's a great success. I guess if we can finish V5 now. We've already won, so we're good. But let's talk a little bit about finding your way around the program.
Yeah, so everything important. Oh, go ahead, Joey.
No, go for it. We're about a bit of a lag.
Okay, everything important will be sent to you via email, and I will also make a habit to put it in Discord for those that might miss their email. So if you haven't already, once it's back up and running, bookmark our homepage, backdropbuild.com, and that's where you can easily access your project, partners, and any information that you need for the program. and a lot, like when we send you emails saying, hey, like, you know, we haven't heard from you in a while, send an update. Like that's where you're going to send an update is backdropbuild.com inside the build portal. If you need any help or run into any problems, you can send me an email at community@backdropbuild.com. If I don't see it, one of us will see it. So that is your best form of communication for getting in touch with us. And then I've shared the link a few times in the chat already, but if you haven't joined our Discord yet, you can access it by going to backdropbuild.com/Discord. And you can join the chat. You can find team members. You can ask people to test out your website, your product. You can offer up help and support or expertise. So there's a bunch of different channels there for you to connect with one another. And if you are building on Twitter/X, you can tag Backdrop Build, or you can mention us with Backdrop. And then of course, you can find others that way too. So with all that said, Joey?
Yeah, I think we're ready to do it. This is day one. Press go, send the first updates. Yeah, like we said, get your build locked in and set up. Obviously, that's a great thing to do on day one of the program. Kind of, do some gardening, set up your project, add your tags, connect with partners, get ready to roll. And then, of course, you have 4 weeks to ship. So what could be better, right? A nice clean container to ship a cool product in. I mean, that's certainly something that we enjoy. So yeah, send regular updates. Like Amy said, keep them lightweight, keep them casual. This doesn't have to be a loaded thing, but let us know what's going on, what you're building, what you're planning to build. It helps us help you. And yeah, keep an eye on for emails from us. You're going to get a lot in your inbox. I'm not going to apologize for it. It's the way that we, keep you updated with what's going on. And then, yeah, most importantly, yeah, be kind, support other builders, support each other, have fun. I think there's obviously nothing better in our opinion than just getting to build something that you are really excited about. So that's certainly why we do what we do. That's why Build exists. And it's our privilege to be able to build, Backdrop in parallel to all the amazing things that you are building. So we're super pumped to have you here. And yeah, we've got 4 weeks starting now. So actually launch day is less than 4 weeks away. So yeah, 3.5. And yeah, from me, from Amy, from the rest of our team, from all the builders that have been through all these programs and made this whole thing possible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining us for the first time. Thanks for telling your friends about us. Thanks for supporting each other. Yeah, it is just an absolute, privilege to be able to provide this program and to work with so many awesome builders. So yeah, we'll see you around.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.